Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Denver Broncos, the 2-0 Broncos, and going over whether or not they are on pace and they are going to make the playoffs in the rest of the season. But before we get on the topic, before I get the breakdown, prediction, matchups, everything you want to hear about this Broncos chances at the postseason, I got to hear from you guys, just yes or no. Do you see the Broncos make it to the postseason in this season? Comment down below and I'll give my answer throughout, and we'll see how we match up. Like I said, though, 2-0 for Denver. Ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs. When's the last time that's happened in the Mahomes era? Never. So, pretty impressive so far. At least I know it's a small sample size, but still, a win is a win, and being ahead of the Chiefs is being ahead of the Chiefs. A couple things to address. Elephant in the room, I think, would be the benefit of schedule for the Broncos so far. You play Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, a rookie, and next week you play a rookie, Zach Wilson, who just threw 4 picks against a good Patriots defense, but I would argue the Broncos is even much better. So you did have a little bit of luck thrown to you. A real test is going to be coming up when you play Baltimore, the Steelers, division game, Cleveland, Washington. Great defense, great offense. Again, Cleveland's roster, Raiders division rival, Steelers defense, Baltimore's electricity. Those are going to be the real test of whether or not we see the Broncos are the real deal. No matter what my prediction is off of this video, I'm probably going to remake another one when that test trial and when that tough path and that tough road and tough schedule comes into play and we actually see how they are, whether they're undefeated or haven't won since, whatever it is. I'm probably going to be remaking this just to reevaluate them. But there are some pros to them. You know, the defense that I said is so good, excuse that ad, give me 1 second, is turning out to be pretty good. You know, Justin Simmons and Kareem Jackson are holding it down in the safety position. The cornerback position, Patrick Surtain's looking like a pretty solid rookie in the sense of doing his job. Kyle Fuller's kind of turned himself around in the sense compared to at least last year. Bryce Callahan. The loss of Ronald Darby obviously hurts, but he won't be gone. Again, you can see right there, expected to be back week 5. Hopefully Bradley Chubb can consistently be there. You know, he's had some issues, but Von Miller's still been getting it done. He's been showing he's still got gas left in the tank. This Broncos team, its defense is what's, I don't want to say carrying them, but without it, they probably wouldn't be where they are. So this Broncos defense is stellar. And now offense, you know, it's no disrespect to them. Teddy Bridgewater is getting the job done. I think he had close to, if not 300 yards against Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. Obviously, that's a weaker team, but still 300 yards is 300 yards. It doesn't matter if it's against me or the Kansas City Chiefs. Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams seem to be a decent duo. Javonte Williams is getting more carries, but that's kind of expected. That's why they took him in the second round. The loss of Jerry Jeudy hurts, but you still got Courtland Sutton, who finally had a big game. Noah Fant doing Noah Fant things. You know, he's on the come up. Tim Patrick's filling in the role of what he can for Jerry Jeudy with KJ Hamler behind him. Garrett Bowles is playing stellar, or is being stellar like he is. Broncos got the pieces. They got one of, if not the best secondary in the NFL. The pass rush is there again with Von Miller. Teddy Bridgewater is managing this offense. You know, this term game manager for a quarterback is usually looked at as a very negative thing, but when really it's not. You know, if you have the defense that can win it all, that's all you need is a game manager. You just need a guy that can win you the football game. Now, if you're a team that's on the brink of being a playoff team and you need your quarterback to carry you, obviously the game manager isn't going to get the job done, but it's a context thing. It's a situational thing. You really just have to understand what is going on in that situation. You know, Blake Bortles and the Jaguars years ago. You think Blake Bortles was carrying him? No. Was he getting the job done? Yes, and he was game managing, letting the rest of the talent do it. Same thing for Peyton Manning with this Broncos team. You know, it is Peyton Manning, so he does have a cerebral side of the football that is above everyone else. But as far as pure arm talent and throwing that football, he looked like a guy that couldn't, and he was in that game manager role, letting the defense do the heavy lifting and the dirty work. Teddy Bridgewater on this Broncos team, I do think, can make a postseason push, but it's going to be tough. If you look at the AFC, on my radar, you got 7 teams making out of it. To me, I think the Bills are a lock. I think the Chiefs are a lock. Whether their defense struggles or they're 1-1, it doesn't matter. They're a lock. Someone out of the AFC South is a lock. I don't know who will be the Titans or the Colts, but let's just say the Titans because they're a healthier team, a more ready team right now. That's 3 teams. And then the final division, whether I think would be Cleveland, that's 4. And now 3 teams left to make the wildcard spot between Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Denver, Las Vegas, LA. That's 5 teams alone. Miami, New England, the Colts. That's another 3 teams. It's going to be tough for Denver to shoot it out. Now, if their defense can stay stellar, if their secondary can officially hold the title of the best secondary in the league, constantly create turnovers, constantly not need Teddy Bridgewater to win the game for him, and he just needs to manage, this Broncos team is going to have success due to their defense limiting other teams again. It is such a small sample size right now to have a concrete prediction and answer and take as far as how good they are and whether or not they will officially make the playoffs due to not only the small sample size, but who they played in the sample size. Again, Daniel Jones and Trevor Lawrence, who I'm a fan of, but he's a rookie and he's playing one of the best defenses in football. And if we're being serious, when Jacksonville had their shit together and when they had one good drive in the beginning, the Denver couldn't stop them, and Trevor Lawrence was on point, and they were looking good. Jags obviously fell apart eventually, and they crumbled, and the defense got together. But I'm just saying, if they face a powerhouse offense like a Mahomes, like a Herbert, like a Carr, like a Lamar, like a defense that can match them, I'm not sure they will come out, not necessarily alive, but come out with a win like they haven't. Do I think they can still hold their own? Can they win some of these matchups? Can they win these 50-50 games? Of course, but I'm just saying they're not going to beat Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and the Cleveland. You have to assume they're going to lose at the bare minimum one of those games. They're not undefeatable. But they can be a playoff team. This is what you need if you want to be a playoff team. You got to win these slight 50-50 matchups between Dallas, between Washington, between the Raiders. The ones that are iffy, that's the ones you 100% need to win if you want to make a postseason run. You know, they don't got to be 14-3 competing with the Chiefs to win the division, but if they could be 11-6, 10-7, then all of a sudden things could be changing and looking bright for this Broncos team in the future as far as December, January, and February trying to head into the postseason. Now, theoretically, I'm not claiming that they will 100% make the playoffs, but if they did, could they be an actual Super Bowl threat? I think it's hard to say. No one can. You know, technically, the Texans could be a Super Bowl threat, but being realistic, I would say they're not on the Super Bowl status just due to quarterback play. And in the AFC, you got to get through Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and then whoever's on the other side, Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be tough, but do I think their type of defense is one of the rare defenses that can carry them to be a dark horse team? Yes, I think they could be a sneaky team that makes a sneaky deep playoff run, maybe to the divisional round, maybe to the AFC Championship, but I don't think they're a Super Bowl threat. And again, that was just assuming they make the playoffs. That's still a question mark. I think they can have a decent chance at the playoffs. If I had to put my money on it, I don't know which way I would lean. I would probably say 51% no and 49% yes. And it's just so split because I haven't seen enough. I don't even know what that pop-up ad's going to be. But we'll just have to see. I got faith in them to win some of these 50 games, but I just don't know game in and game out can Teddy carry this team and do the job, and just the way injuries are racking up for him. We'll see. I think they got a shot, but I'm not putting my own money on it. But Denver, I would have at least some high expectations for your team this year. I think there's a decent chance you can make a run, but it's just way too early to give a concrete, set-in-stone call of yes or no. But if there's a player, a take, a play, a scheme, a game I didn't mention or something you didn't like, comment down below. I'm open-minded, unbiased, and will change my mind if you guys got the right opinion. So let me know what you think, and I'll get back to you. But thanks for watching, guys. As always, and of course, thanks